Check it. Hey yo, what's up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC GME and SPY. This is the time of the week where we give you the weekly update and prediction, looking at these stocks, the overall market on the macro time frame, the bigger time frame. We're going to look at what Tuesday could potentially look like, the rest of the week could look like, in the next trading week, opportunities we could potentially see, and we're also going to be looking at the stocks again on the bigger time frames, again putting your perspective in check. Without wasting any more of your precious time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, and the data. And I hope you're having a fantastic weekend and holiday. Let's go. All right, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC GME and SPY. This is your weekly update and prediction. This is where we look at the overall macro aspect of the stocks. The stock market, we're going to be looking at AMC and GME, and giving you guys a prediction on the bigger time frames. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, and the data, and I hope you're having a fantastic holiday, and 2024 is going to be an amazing year. Get ready, guys. Opportunity awaits inside of the market, especially the crypto market. We're going to be talking about that a lot more here on this channel. So, let's go ahead and look at SPY real quick. We're going to, obviously, it's going to be macro, but first we're going to go to smaller time frames and let you guys know what Tuesday could potentially look like, because Monday we will be closed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will be closed on Monday in observance of Christmas. So, let's go ahead and hop in and show you guys what is going on. So the first thing I want to point out for SPY is this rising wedge, aka a bear flag. And I know someone said that in the comments before, rising wedge is not a bear flag. If you look them up, it's like tomato or tomato. It's literally the same difference. You're picking at nothing, but that is neither here nor there. I know people like to do that here on YouTube, but you can call it whatever you want. I really don't care. Rising wedge, bear flag. It's the same type of bearish price structure, and that's what SPY is in right now. We also do have a bearish engulfing forming here on the 2-hour time frame. You guys can see that this candle engulfs all of these candles, and this is a bearish engulfing. If we close below this level of 496 and get a candle below that and close below that, because I know we already dipped below it, but if we close below this level and get candles closing below this level, that confirms a change in trend. That means that the uptrend that is happening is now stopping. I believe that January is going to be a red month for the market. I believe that we're going to see this thing start to pull back and deviate more towards its moving averages. The moving averages are greatly expanded, and again, it's like a rubber band. When you stretch it out super far, it's going to want to snap back into place. So once this thing starts to lose support, you're going to see this thing absolutely start to capitulate, and we already start to see that here, because on the way up, it never tested support. So basically, as price is moving up in the price structure, I was watching this rally form. I was watching it very, very closely, and if you look, there's nothing but gaps, a ton of gaps. This is not a healthy rally where it came up and tested support, came up and tested support, came up and tested support, where you can say, hey, I'm going to see it pull back and it's going to catch support here. No, this rally has no support. So when this thing starts to pull back, it's going to fall back greatly. And then once it starts to lose levels, it's going to start capitulating very, very fast. So once SPY starts to lose its momentum, it is going to happen quick. It looks like here on the MACD, on the daily time frame, it is curling up ever so slightly. So again, we might get one more little bullish push to the upside, but I believe once December ends, because they're going to want to try to lock it in as high as possible, they're going to want to try to lock in SPY, the blue chip stocks. Stocks are going to try to be high as locked in as the highest valuations at the end of the year as possible. Once that all that motivation, all that money, and all of that is out of the market, it's going to be a flush to the downside, and I believe that's what we're going to be seeing entering 2024. I do believe 2024 is going to be a very volatile year for stocks and cryptocurrency. I believe cryptocurrency is actually going to go into a bull run, and I believe we're going to see a lot of volatility in the market in 2024. I'll be talking about that in other videos coming up and on the live streams. Make sure you tune in to get that information. But I believe 2024 is going to be absolutely insane, but there's going to be a ton of opportunity in it as well. So people, basically, when we say all of this, what are we getting to? I just want to show you one more thing before I give you the prediction overall where I think we're at for the weekly candle. And again, the week's going to be short. It is going to be Tuesday through Friday. And for the SPY, the only thing coming out is core stuff coming out on Friday, which is core price index month over month, durable goods month over month, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month. These are the 3-star impact things coming out, and these are the potential catalysts we could look at that could shake up the market and cause a lot of volatility. I also do want to point out that the VIX is still elevated. You guys can see that the VIX had a slight pop up off this $11 range. When the VIX goes up, the market starts to come down, but I do believe that the VIX is still fairly low. I believe once it starts to go up to fill these gaps, which it will go do, then we'll start to see the market start to pull back as well. I believe that, again, cryptocurrency is going to go into a bull run in 2024, and I'll talk about that again, like I keep saying, on other videos. But all of this being said, what do I think SPY is going to be doing for overall a red or green week? Let's go ahead and go into SPY's charts and zoom out and show you guys what we're looking at on the macro level. And as far as Monday is concerned, I did want to point out, I do have this prediction here. We are making this rising wedge. I do believe this is going to start breaking down here on Tuesday. I do apologize, Tuesday, not Monday. Start breaking down. I think it's mostly going to be flat as far as Tuesday is concerned, and then probably start to see a little bit of pullback. Little bit more upside, but as far as breaking 475, it doesn't look like that is going to be happening. We might see one more slight push up to about 478 before topping out, but it does look like the momentum overall is waning down because you can see MACD starting to curl down. RSI is extremely overbought, and if we go ahead and go on the weekly time frame, you guys can see that RSI is almost hitting that overbought range too. It's at 69.21. As soon as it hits 70, that is going to be the overbought range, and that's normally when the market starts to pull back. You can also see that volume is in an overall downtrend as the price is trending up. That is a bearish divergence. I do believe we're going to be topping out at about 478 in my personal opinion if this 475 top does not remain. I think we're going to be seeing a overall red week for SPY, though. I do think we're going to be seeing a overall red week for SPY. I think it's going to be mostly flat, starting to top out. You might see one more little spurt to the upside before an overall pullback, but I believe that this is going to be the red week after SPY has had 8 green weeks in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green weeks in a row. I do believe we are finally going to be seeing a red week. You can see that the MACD is starting to curl out, and again, RSI is getting overbought. And if we look at where the moving averages are, you can see that it's greatly extended from the moving averages. Again, when stocks deviate this far away from the moving averages, they're going to want to snap back towards those ranges. And the moving averages are far, far down. Here at 449, 443, 428, you guys can see that we are greatly overextended from even the 13 moving average on the daily time frame, which is at 466. So I do believe we're going to be pulling back down to these lower ranges, coming back down to test support, and I do believe that when SPY does lose its support, it's going to lose it very, very fast because of this massive spurt to the upside that it's had after going to about 407. So that's what we're looking at for SPY on the overall market, and we do think it is going to be a red week for SPY. Now let's go ahead and hop into GameStop and show you guys what's going on for GameStop. I just want to quickly show you guys the numbers for GME as far as short shares available to borrow, because this greatly affects us and the bearish pressure that we might see. We have 200,000 shares available to borrow for GameStop, and for AMC we're at 3.6 million shares. Now let's go ahead and hop into the charts for GME on the bigger time frames. As far as Monday's concerned, or Tuesday's concerned, I do apologize. I know the lines are crazy because of Webull, how the lines move, so I do apologize for it being so messy. let's see if I can't zoom out and see if I can't get it cleared up just a little bit. Okay, so we do have this falling wedge structure here for GME. It looks like GME is going to see a slight bit of pullback here in the pre-market on Tuesday, but most likely going to be seeing a green day on Tuesday as it breaks out of this sloping resistance. If we get rejected from this sloping resistance, GameStop will be coming back down to about $16 or $16.25. I talked about a $16.50 and a $16 retest for GameStop. It looks like that's exactly what's going to be in play as we fall on this falling wedge. You can see that the MACD is also starting to curl down on the hourly time frame. Again, more indications that we might not break through, we might get rejected. And again, if we do see that rejection, you're going to see GameStop come down greatly. I do think it's most likely going to be, as far as the bigger time frames, like as far as what type of week we could see for GameStop. Let me just go ahead and look at a few technicals before I do give you this weekly prediction. We can see that the Bollinger Bands are tight. It looks like GameStop might have an explosive week, guys. I think that January is going to be a great month. I know it's only December right now, but I think January is going to be a great month for meme stocks. It looks like that GameStop is making momentum. It looks like once we break out of this falling wedge, we're going to come back up and retest 1850. If we can break past 1850 and use that as support, you're going to see a massive pump to the upside for GameStop. And if GameStop starts approaching that $20 range, that's when the gamma ramp can really start to kick in. And this thing could take off at any moment. When in doubt, zoom out. You guys can see that GameStop is making a critical move as it breaks out of this sloping resistance right here. This is the sloping resistance we've been tracking for over 2.5 years on GameStop, guys. We've been tracking this sloping resistance here on this falling wedge. And you can see that we broke out of it, came back down and retested it, and is now moving to the upside. Bollinger Bands are starting to get tight here on the weekly time frame, letting us know volatility is coming. I think this thing's setting up for a reversal. I think it's setting up for a reversal. I think that this downtrend, basically the 2.5-year downtrend that you've seen GameStop in, I believe that's ending. I believe that it's about to go into a new bull run based off of the psychology chart as well. I believe that GameStop literally was in this point of that V-shaped style recovery where you see it start to pull back, and then this is the area we're in now. We're starting to see it pull back, and that's when it's going to lead into a massive disbelief rally. So I believe we're about to see a massive disbelief rally. Again, this is like the beginning of a bull run. It's very, very methodical. It's slow. It takes a long time. For example, Bitcoin. This is the beginning of Bitcoin's bull run. You see how it moves up and then pulls back, moves up and then pulls back. It builds a healthy base. The same thing that SPY did not do. It builds a healthy base before moving to the upside. That's how you know a actual bull run can happen, because it's checking support each and every time before it moves up. Checking support, checking support, checking support, checking support. Do you see how it constantly stair steps up and then makes a move up? That is a healthy bull run. That's a methodical move to the upside. That's a beginning of the bull run type of structure that you want to see to get a healthy stair step up. That way you can actually make it to higher valuations and hold those levels. And that's what I believe GameStop is actually about to doing. It's in the beginning of the phase where it's going to start coming up, checking support, coming up, checking support. And you can see that's exactly what we are looking at on GameStop. It's coming up, checking support, coming up, checking support. I think it's going to come down, check support again. But again, that slow, methodical move is what I'm trying to drill into your head. That I think that's what we're going to see for GameStop, and it's going to lead into a disbelief rally. I believe that in the next couple of months, GameStop will be worth greatly higher valuations, at least 20, 30, maybe even $40 or much higher. Again, this is not financial advice. So this is what I'm looking at for GameStop. I think GameStop is going to have a green week as far as I am concerned. I am looking at a green week for GME. Now, for our fan favorite, or maybe some people's most hated stock, it depends where you sit on the aisle. Me, I love AMC. AMC has paid me a lot of money, and I will continue to hold this thing to MOAS or zero. Now let's go ahead and show you guys what we're looking at for AMC and what we could see on Tuesday. AMC is in a potential pennant. You guys can see that this pennant structure right here. I believe that AMC is actually going to be flat. I talked about this here yesterday on the stream. I think AMC is going to be flat on Tuesday and potentially see a breakout on Wednesday. So I think we're going to be flat mostly Tuesday, all day Tuesday. And that will actually be a good thing. If we can hold these levels and break out of this sloping resistance, then we could actually see a reversal to the upside. So we actually want AME to be flat. We want it to consolidate, hold these key levels, stay flat, stay above 606, stay above 605, around that range, stay above that, hold that, and then break out of this sloping resistance. That way we can start going back towards $7, get a little bit of gamma, and then start possibly forming a bottom. Again, AMC is greatly manipulated right now because of all the liquidity they have, because of the dilution and the reverse split. There's a ton of excess liquidity, so they have a ton of shares available to borrow, especially when Adam Aaron keeps selling shares directly to the banks, literally selling the shares to the short positions. So they have a huge war chest of shares that they can use to constantly short AMC down, and that's why we're seeing the short pressure. But that will be alleviated if we continue to hold and people continue to buy. It will get dissipated over time, and then we'll see that bearish momentum we always see will start to get lifted, and AMC will start to move up, especially if stocks like GME, and we've also seen Mullen have a huge spurt to the upside as well. If we see stocks like this start to make spurts to the upside, putting pressure on the hedgies, that could break the dam, which causes everything to come crashing down. And I do believe a market pullback and or crash could also correlate with the AMC GME move to the upside. And again, seeing Mullen squeeze, I know some people do not like this stock, but seeing Mullen squeeze, having a 200% move should give AMC holders hope, because Mullen has had a reverse split and has been beaten down. It also shows you a real life case study that price will go down to an all-time low before seeing a huge spurt to the upside. Why? Because if shorts are going to cover, it's going to be at lower valuations, not higher valuations. They're going to cover when the stock is at its lowest point, because that's going to be the cheapest point for them to cover. So if they were to ever cover on AMC stock, it would probably be at these lower valuations, not higher valuations. If we go ahead and look at AMC short interest reported by Fintel, it's at 9.11%. So basically, overall, I do think we are going to see a green week for AMC. I do think the beginning of the week is going to be boring and slow up until Wednesday, and then hopefully Wednesday we can see that push to the upside. Wednesday or Thursday we can see that push to the upside, moving towards 640, 650. If we can get above that 650 level and hold that, then we can start moving towards that $7 level. We really want to see AMC back at $7, guys. I cannot lie to you. That is a much better place for us to be. That's where gamma can start to kick in. We could start to see moves start to happening around that $7, $8 level. So we want to see AMC return to that range. But again, in theory, if shorts were to cover, it would be around these all-time low ranges, and this is where we could see a volatile move, especially if stocks like GameStop and Mullen are starting to break the dam and put pressure on the shorts. Overall, and when in doubt, zoom out. When you're zooming out on AMC, you want to be buying or accumulating a stock near its lows. While the RSI is this low, we have bullish divergence. You can see that the stock is continually trending down while the RSI is trending up. This bullish divergence will play out, and it will play out in a big way when it does. I know people don't believe that AMC can go up, but I promise you it will go back up. There are also multiple gap fills to the upside. Here is a gap fill all the way up here to $37 and $40. These gaps will get filled. Why are there gaps there? Why do you not see gaps all over charts everywhere? Because gaps get filled. These gaps will get filled. Gaps get filled 99.9% of the time, so those gaps will get filled. RSI is showing bullish divergence, like I was saying. Price trending down while RSI is trending up. That is called bullish divergence. If you go ahead and type in bearish or bullish divergence, it will give you a little chart to show you what I mean. But these things play out in a big way when they do happen. Again, they take time to happen, but when they do happen, they play out in a big way. We can also see that RSI is oversold on AMC, 29.17%, and this is on the weekly time frame. Literally, if you're playing a macro play, so again, if you're playing a macro play, you would want to use the daily or the weekly time frame, the bigger time frames, and using a simple trading strategy of buying when RSI is oversold and selling when it is overbought. You would know to buy, accumulate here, and then be selling when it was up here. So literally, you would be accumulating down here, waiting for the next euphoria rally, waiting for that next move in the cycle, because this is where we are in the cycle of AMC, waiting for that next move. So you'd be accumulating down here. That way you could sell up here. Again, RSI is telling the story on the bigger time frames. This is the bottom, guys. This is the bottom, and we are way closer to the bottom than we are the top. So you are literally where you need to be, where you should start accumulating for a short squeeze or something. If you're accumulating for a play, for an investment, it would be at these ranges, at these valuations, except Apes did the opposite thing. They FOMO'd in here, got caught in the complacency stage. They want to blame everyone, but really the market just did what the market's supposed to do. It tricks and confuses people. But if you have the macro mindset and the macro outlook, you can see the bigger picture. Hopefully this video was informative for you. If it was, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. For your predictions, it is SPY a red week, GameStop a green week, and AMC a green week on the bigger time frames. Again, when in doubt, zoom out to keep your perspective in check. Hopefully you are having a great week, or I hope you're having a great week. Hopefully you're having a great holiday. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, that was a video. Thank you for watching to the end. Again, so few people watch to the end. So if you are one of those, you have a thirst for knowledge and you are in the 90th percentile for attention span in adults. Congratulations. Go ahead and drop a like if you don't mind, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see any type of other tickers in the video. Let me know what you thought about the video, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. And as always, y'all, I appreciate you. Stay safe, make money. Peace out, man.